In her room, Sister Veronica has a beautiful poster with a quote from Nathaniel Hawthorne, which seems fitting in light of today's gospel. Happiness is a butterfly, which when pursued is always just beyond your reach, but which, if you will sit down quietly, may alight upon you. In today's gospel, Jesus takes Peter, James, and John up a high mountain apart, where they witness a vision of eternal glory, a preview of the glory that will belong to Jesus in the eschaton and the fullness of God's kingdom. Upon witnessing the revelation of Jesus' deepest identity as the beloved Son of God, Peter recalls the Feast of Tabernacles, in which ancient Israelites made a pilgrimage to the temple in Jerusalem to commemorate the years their ancestors spent in the desert on their way to the Promised Land, and celebrates the way in which God protected them under difficult desert conditions, while also pointing the Israelites to a time when God would again dwell with his people. In Hebrew, tabernacle means dwelling, and the tents that are erected during this week-long festival are reminiscent of the tent of meeting, the portable earthly dwelling place of Yahweh. The prologue of John's gospel brings us to the fullest expression of this symbol. And the Word became flesh and pitched his tent among us, and we have seen his glory, the glory as of a Father's only Son, full of grace and truth. As Jesus' divinity is revealed in a very poignant way, Peter sees a foreshadowing of Jesus as the new temple and locus of encounter with God. Indeed, God has come to dwell among God's people. As we gather this morning in this tent, aware of our deepest longings, let us allow ourselves to be transfigured by God's love, so that regardless of where we find ourselves, whether we are on the mountaintop or in the desert, we may find a quiet place apart to sit down and allow God to alight upon us. Please stand.